Hello student, welcome to this new video lecture of manufacturing industries. Before that, we have already studied agro-based industries. Today, we shall discuss about cotton textile. Cotton textile industry. So today's topic is cotton textile industry. We have already studied cotton textile industry is centralized in Gujarat, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. But the production of yarn only. The production of yarn is centralized in these states only. 90% of work except yarn is centralized in other parts of the country. That is not in these states. Moreover, we produce yarn and we sell it to other countries. Why? Because we are lacking in resources. We are lacking in infrastructure. Due to that lack, we sell it to other countries like Japan, like China, like USA, like UK, South Africa, East European countries, Nepal. And ultimately, we once again purchase mill cloth fabric, that is fabric. We give them yarn, and in return, giving some more money, they give us less money, and in return, we get fabric, paying them high value, high cost. And why? Because we don't have resources. We are unable to utilize our high quality yarn that is produced in India. So let's begin from textbook. Textile industry, cotton textiles. In ancient India, cotton textiles were produced with hand spinning. You may have seen a spinning wheel that was a symbol of self-reliance. It was symbolized by Mahatma Gandhi too much. And for the first time when he drafted the tricolor, in between, like we have today Ashok Chakra, earlier there was a wheel, a spinning wheel, a symbol of self-reliance. In ancient India, cotton textiles were produced with hand spinning and handloom weaving techniques. Hand spinning, those yarns were produced with the help of hand spinning. After the 18th century, after the arrival of British in India, they arrived in India in 1750s. So when they arrived, they also brought with them the tools, the techniques, power loom, everything came into use. Our traditional industries suffered a setback. There was a decline. Our traditional industries suffered a setback, difficulty during the colonial period because they could not compete with the mill-made cloth from England. We were producing rough cloth, coarse cloth, pattern was different in all the ways. because Britishers produced mill cloth. They utilized techniques, machines, so similar pattern in all the types, along with neat and clean clothes. No defect at all. But in handmade, there were plenty of defects. So it was not easy for Indians to compete with mill made clothes. The first successful textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. I would like to tell you, in next chapter we will study, just to remember, for the first time in Mumbai itself, 1853, first train was run between Mumbai and Thane of 34 kilometer. When? In 1853. Then the next year in 1854. And who was behind all this? British. They established railway, first railway track. They run the first railway. For what? Not for us, for their suitability, for their safety, for their comfort. In 1854, for the first time, cotton mill was established. I would like to tell you one more thing. In 1953, for the first time, first aeroplane, first flight was flown in India. When? In 1953, just after 100 years, when rail was started. So in 1853, railway. In 1953, aeroplane. The two world wars were fought in Europe. If you know, there were two world wars in 1914 to 1918 and then 1939 to 1945. And India was a British colony, you all know very well, from 1750 to 1947, nearly 200 years. There was a demand for cloth in UK because UK was busy in world war. So there was a huge demand in United Kingdom, Britain, for Indian cloth. Hence they give a boost to the development of cotton textile industry. That is why, for their welfare, because they were interested in growing our industry, not for us, for themselves, they use their capital, their resources to give a boom to Indian industry so that their need could be fulfilled. As on 30th November 2011, there were 1946 cotton and human-made fiber textile mill in the country. When? As per the census of 2011, nearly 1100 years ago. About 80% of these spindles in the private sector, these mills are in private sector. So remaining 20% only. How much? Only 20% in public hands, or you can say government sector, public sector or government sector. So you can imagine, if 80% is there in in private sector, then their motive is profit, more and more profit. So they are not going to provide us things at cheap cost. They'll add more and more value to every stage. Apart from these, there are several thousand small factories with 4 to 10 looms. There are several factories, 1,000 factories where there are 4 to 10 looms, small looms. If you ever visit Gorakhpur, you can see power looms, spindles and spinning yarn. In the early years, the cotton textile industry was concentrated in the cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat, as I told you in the beginning itself. Availability of raw cotton, first thing, because there was availability of raw cotton. Most of the cotton is produced in Maharashtra and Gujarat due to availability of climatic conditions and rugged soil, that is also known as black soil or cotton soil. Market is available in Gujarat and Maharashtra, Surat and Mumbai. Transport including accessible port facilities. There are ports as well, Surat port, Bombay port, along with labor, moist climate. Most important, threads do not break easily in moist climate. So it is quite easy to make yarn out of cotton. Contributed towards its localization. This industry has close links with agriculture and provides a living to farmers. This industry, cotton textile industry, gives so many facilities to farmers. It has close links. For example, cotton ball pluckers, those who pluck cotton balls, and workers engaged in winning. Then there is a process of keeping seeds out from those balls. Spinning, then it is spinned into yarn. Webbing, then it is webbed into fabric. Dyeing, then fabric is dyed, colored. Designing, furthermore they give it to designs. Packaging, then it is packed. Tailoring and sewing, furthermore they cut it in different shapes. They make shirts, trousers and so many clothes, garment items out of this fabric. The industry, by creating demand, supports many other industries too. This industry helps other industries too. How? It creates demand for button. We need zip for our clothes. So it creates demand for button or zip. So another industry is also coming up. There is an opportunity for other industries such as chemicals and dyes. We need chemicals to color it, and dyes. Packaging materials, we need packing materials, plastic wrappers, and engineering works. Along with engineering works, we need machines too. For sewing, we need machines. For packaging, we need machines. For so many things, we need machines. And above all, after the good is produced, we need machines to transport it. That's all for the day. We'll study the rest in next video. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.